fine.
Audio rolling. All right. Let's get to it, man. Our interview of the evening. We got our brothers in the building. You know what I'm saying? And we got finally the whole squad together because we've had the pleasure of interviewing each one of y'all individually. You know what I'm saying? With Adam Bomb being episode 1, Rich Kid's episode 3.
Crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got Tona like in the pandemic. You know what I'm saying?
We scheduled a couple times too. So
Yeah.
It worked.
But to be able to get all 3 mans together for the conglomerate or the group that you guys have here is definitely a dope thing.
Absolutely.
So with no further ado, we have the naturally born strangers in the motherfucking building.
I got you, I got you, cause these streets hot like Sriracha.
Well, I mean, goddamn.
Hey, for having us. Throw some sound effects on that right there.
Salutations.
Woosha.
We're fans. We're big fans.
Marco.
We're big fans of you guys.
Respect.
Big fans of y'all.
Yo, listen, you guys have been like putting in work as a group for a few years now, but there has been a slight hiatus. So how does it feel getting back together, working as a group publicly now?
So that means we haven't been putting in work. No, you know what it is? Like we're all 3 solo artists that kind of came together for a project, and we've already kind of worked together in our own spaces. You know what I mean? Like I worked with Tona early on. You know what I mean? I met you and started working with Empire and shit back in the day. On one of your albums. I think I had a joint on there and shit like that. So, you know, I've been around these guys and they've been around each other and working with each other. And I think it was just something we wanted to do just to like flip the hip hop, you know, underground world on his head. You know what I mean? Like, and not even originally we weren't even going to put our names on it. We're just going to go as naturally born strangers and you had to guess who the fuck was on it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, people just labeled us a group and we're like, fuck it. All right, cool. We'll do it. And then, you know, it trailed down from there. But I think we've always been working with each other in some kind of way. Shit, we've been drinking with each other most of the time. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really just homies getting back in the studio and doing something because we love it. Not just because it's like it's needed, just because we love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And can y'all, for the people who, for our audience, right, go back and tell that story of the Legend League and like just how you guys even got together? Because not everybody's heard that story.
Yeah.
For sure. You got that?
You want me
Anybody
to
got
okay, well, like, you know, I can tell from my perspective. Because, like, you know, with Brian from Legend League, Brian the Spiritu, he's like been one of my mentors, even through Remix Project, not even being directly my mentor. You know, I do the music, he does the creative, but he was always in the space. And when he was making his line Legend League, he was always like giving Mandem clothing and supporting the video shoots and stuff like that. So eventually my manager at the time, Addy, got into business with him and he wanted to do like a mixtape. To kind of like promote the line, and he had a capsule line of it called Naturally Born Strangers. So I was just like, yeah, dope, let's do it. But I wanted to involve these guys because I was already fans of their work. You know, I think I just even made a post on Instagram the other day. It was on Tona's joint. Tona jumped on one of my beats. This beat called or this song called No More, and it features Adam Bomb. And it was one of my favorite tunes. It was like, that was one of my favorite tunes I ever heard on my beats. I was like, yo, these niggas is cold. Like, I had to get them to perform it at one of my shows at my, we on some rich kid shit. You know, shows I used to do every Caravana before OVO Fest took over. The original OVO Fest, you know? Nah, I'm playing. But, yeah, like, you know, I had these niggas perform and I was just like, yo, it'd be dope if these guys were on the project. Like, if we could do some collaboration. Some of us have solo tracks on it. Sometimes we're together on tracks, 2 mans on, like, just whatever, just fuck it up. And me produce everything. And he was with it. And we just started doing sessions at a studio every Wednesday, drinking some Jameson, just fucking coming up with different ideas while Brian was kind of conceptualizing the how the videos would look or how the image of how, like, you know, how everything was gonna just be put out there creatively. And it just worked, you know. From there it kind of snowballed, and then Project went out. It was critically acclaimed.
Got a Juno.
Yeah.
Doing shows. You know, it was good. Like it was a nice little win for the underground. I feel.
Yeah.
The video, Advil, sunglasses and Advil.
Oh,
Jameson.
Yeah.
Next morning, right back in the tub. Bitch, give me my sunglasses.
Yeah.
But the anime, that shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's bananas,
Yeah, man.
Like, that's Brian. He came up with that, or
No, actually, that was RT. RT directed that.
Salute to RT.
But what had happened was we had this dude from LA do the designs, do the animations for it. But this nigga took like fucking 2 years to do it. Like, I was cheese. I was gonna fly down to LA and fly his head. I was cheese. Like, I was like, why are you taking so long? Like, I think I was Ruiz, who is now Jessie Reyez' manager. At the time, he was a video producer, and he was handling the video. I'm just like, dog, where is this guy? Like, I'm gonna go choke him.
And yo, and what's crazy, sorry to interrupt there, but what's crazy is like while we were sitting on waiting on the drafts for the video, man would send us like a fucking sketch.
Of what it's gonna be.
After a year, a sketch of like, yo, this is how it's gonna look. A
sketch after a year.
I'll be like, yo,
Bro,
Get your hype.
Yo, I'm booking my plane ticket tonight.
after a year.
dog, this was
you know what
much
I'm
fact. I
saying?
can't give much fact a sketch, bro. Like,
Yo,
that was the time when niggas was getting grants for shit.
And it was the last much fact,
Right?
Ever.
Nah, actually, no. The last much fact was the Raheel.
And the evil I'm attached to. The reason why I'm plastered. Never been an open book, but read the final check.
Oh, sorry, I got confused.
Yeah.
But from what I remember of that video, the original idea for the Jameson Ave video was supposed to be like a house party where the people in it are frozen, but then the people doing like performing are moving. And then as we were coming up with that, I think what's her name, the girl from Brampton, the singer. What's her name?
Carr?
Yeah, Alicia Carr. Who said that? Yeah, good. Cash Cab.
Looking from the air.
That was it. Good call.
About that
She
show.
came out with her first single, and that was the exact plot of her first single. So we had to switch it up, and then it got switched up to that animation,
I forgot
and then
about
it ended up being even better, but just 2 years late.
Yeah.
But that kind of set the
It
trend.
turned into like a Victorian kind of masterpiece of Michelangelo's David. Some artwork. Like I just I think we all agree, like if we're putting out something visually, it gotta stand out. It gotta be relevant. It gotta have something that makes you go, why'd they do that? What was the choice of doing that? Even if it fucks you up, like it gotta be something like that.
And you guys have like intriguing song titles too, like Michael's First Nose. How the fuck you come up with a title like that?
Yeah, I think that was me.
yeah, yo. Honestly,
I be on my stupid shit sometimes.
a lot. Honestly, a lot of the fucking song titles, especially on this album, are just we'll say some random shit. Like the beat might even be called Butter Chicken or some shit. Cause this guy has crazy names for his fucking beats. It'll be like, yo, Michael's First Nose, Wise Turtle, fucking, yo, just some madness like that. Don't even, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't there, it don't make sense to you. But like sometimes we just keep the name
It
as
don't
is,
even make
bro,
sense to
and
me
be
half
like,
the
yo,
time. I look back at my old
we'll be on
names
some
and
we'll be on some Ghostface shit. Like translate that later, bro.
Poisonous darts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, kangaroo spatula.
basically like two random things together.
Oh man.
Right? So yeah, man. Michael's First Note, like, I don't know. I think I wrote the hook and just went with the hook. You know what I mean? It was just all about being original. Right? And we all remember like coldest Michael is off the wall Michael to me. I don't know.
I'm just catching the play now.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Michael's
Exactly.
First Note. Like
Over your head, Rick.
we've been.
That's all I have to say.
That
You ever read the off the wall Michael? You're like, yes.
Yes,
It makes complete sense.
Classic Michael. So that's what I feel we are. We're like Michael's First Note. We the original. So,
Yeah.
Right? Like the new nose is cool
You're a
too.
sicko, man.
No diss to the cool nose.
You're a
The new
sicko.
nose-
You're a sick guy, eh?
Cause you can judge
You're
judge
a
Michael
sick
by
guy,
the era of noses.
You're a sick guy. You're a sick guy. Eh? I'll
His
give you
brain
that.
is
You're
moving
a
on some
sick
different
guy.
shit,
Rich.
fam.
You're a
What the
sick
fuck?
guy.
You
You're a sick man. You're a sick man for that, yo. Man said Michael's First Nose.
The first one, fam.
Since then.
So
Oh
you
my
guys got like
gosh.
a new album finally out, right? Or
Oh,
on
no,
the way. On the way.
On the way.
What the fuck was the delay, man? Because I remember hearing about this album like 2 years ago, maybe longer.
it's just life, man. Sometimes it's how it goes, man. Like we are originally 3 separate artists, right? So reconnecting. Honestly, you could leave us in a room for 2 hours and you're gonna get a couple records every time. So it's not about needing time to come up with music. It's just a matter of different life paths. And mans was just getting into different things with their lives. So we had to wait for a time where it all made sense for everybody, and then. There's nobody better than us when we're all connected and we're all on the same path. But you have to wait for that right moment. If not, you're just going to throw it out there and it's going to, disintegrate and go to nothing. So I'm kind of glad we waited that little bit. Plus, we took the inspiration from Jameson Ave. If that's going to take 2 years to get finished, maybe that's our lucky sweet spot. We just wait 2 years and then that's when we drop stuff. But it's just better late than never kind of stuff.
So that also leads me to like with the project, right? Because music is changing all the time. Right? So are you guys like moving and adjusting as the project is being, brought to life? Or is it like, let's just keep the stuff that we did a few years ago or a mix of the two?
I think if you put the first album next to this one, sonically, like the bars, everything's intact, but sonically it just sounds different. Production wise too, like as far as, we did upgrade it a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I don't even like saying that as far as music goes, man, but like, it sounds completely different than the first one. And we weren't even necessarily aiming for that. It's just as Rich was starting to advance with his shit, Bomb Slows are starting to, because, everybody's honestly like getting better with their fucking craft. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's aging.
Everybody. Like, gracefully too,
a lot of
man.
stuff
You know
is
what I'm
going
saying?
on, right? So you have more to write about, more to...
Absolutely.
That's it.
And,
right?
and the way I see it is like, a lot of people have been bowing out as they start to get older. But I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? As you start to get older, your voice becomes either more impactful with the shit you say with your craft, or you just fucking dwindle. And I used to feel that way about Funk Flex, actually. A lot of DJs used to look at him like, yo, you need to get this fucking old man out of here. But I'm like, he's probably the best at actually keeping himself fucking somehow out there and relevant. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Because he's mastered his craft. Yeah.
Completely mastered it. Yeah. So, I mean, like, for me, it was one of those things where I'm like, yo, I'm completely at the top of my game in my prime as far as my artistry goes.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as I'm functionally like being able to put together songs and be in the studio as actively as I have, like, there's no reason for me to even think about falling back. Like, yo, just move forward. Like,
but like, essentially, we still giving you rap. Like, we're giving you rap music. Like, we do rap music. We do rapping. That's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, niggas might sing here and there on the shit, but we rapping. So like, that's essentially like, so if that's that not a major distinction from the last one, then that's what it is. Because it's like we you got to do what you're great at, and I think there always will be a space that exists for niggas that want that rap music.
Lyricists,
right? Like it's just what I mean. After last year, I've seen so many great rap hip hop records. You know what I mean? Nas finally won a Grammy. It's like true. You know what I mean? It's like hip hop is still alive. The actual form of rapping is still alive. So niggas got to fill that space.
And the more you do it, the more new levels you unlock too, man. You know
some people age like wine and some people age like milk. And we don't do that. We get better with time. So at least I hope so.
Well, you made a great point, because even I hear your flows on Sriracha.
That's this man's doing though, man. Like when it comes to Richie's beat, if you give me any 9 times out of 10,
shout out to Pops on the beat with me too.
And Pops too. But if you give me most producers, I'll kind of stick to my same old 4/4 Master Ace kind of flow. But when it comes to Richie, you don't, you got to come with it, and it inspires you to do it. It's not like it's the Rich Kid beat, so I have to do it differently. It just makes you want to write differently. It's just a different vibe. So
because I'm hearing the patterns that you guys are starting to use, like over the new songs. Like there's that video that I don't remember the name of the song where y'all had the glowing balls in the video.
The re-up? The re-up,
yeah. So you guys are like evolving with the sound as well as still staying true to yourselves.
Absolutely.
That's what this whole new project is about. And as we're still recording now, but it's not necessarily just for the album, but we just keep recording anyhow. And like as things evolve, we're just gonna keep making records that are just gonna top the last record. So it just keeps getting better. We just keep staying sharp.
Question: would you guys tap into like the Toronto drill type beats?
The drill?
The Toronto drill.
Like
the Toronto drill.
That's the thing. It's like I guess it's all predicated on what I'm making, right? Like I got some drill type of shit, but it's like I don't know. Like it's just what inspires them. I play them some beats, and it's like whatever they. It's really sometimes like Tona will write to it first. Tona always have a verse to it first. Right? Like Tona, like if Tona gets inspired, then it's like
Tona wrote a verse since we've been sitting here.
He'll be ready.
Yeah, like
He's
20
sitting in
bars.
the back of his mind, he's writing it.
Yep.
Right, so that's kind of how it goes. So I guess it's depending on if I make a drill beat that I make that they fuck with, and then
and then set it off.
It could be that, but I don't know. It got to fit with everything we're doing. I feel like you can't really do just drill and just jump in and jump out. I don't like artists that do that. I don't like how French is doing that. You know what I mean? Like I like drill artists doing drill shit. Like I like when you're in that genre, in that sub-genre
pocket,
of drill,
yeah.
like in that pocket.
Yep.
And just to clarify, you're talking about French from New York.
Yeah, French Montana.
Yeah,
like,
because not French, not
no,
French.
not French.
It can get sticky.
Yeah, people love to mix up in this city, man.
Yeah,
They love to mix up. You got to clarify because you don't clarify. Big polls.
It can get sticky out here. Yo.
Wow.
You'll see posts on pages that what the hell? That's not what was said.
No, facts. No. I mean, like French Montana, because I mean, like the New York drill scene. Like, that's I feel like that's what a lot of North America drill is. What inspired by. Like we're inspired by UK drill too, obviously.
Yeah,
Toronto and shit. But
it's the Brooklyn drill that they're running off from.
definitely that Brooklyn drill.
Let me ask y'all about. Let's go back a little bit. What do y'all think individually is your first breakout like tune or biggest time as solo artist?
Individually, okay.
All right, so we'll start with you, Rich, and we'll go across the table.
As a solo artist,
I'm going to throw out for my opinion, Psych.
Fuck, tell the selector run this shit all night. Psych. Let me work with it. I see you getting hurt.
because I feel like that was my only time. After that, I was just like, I don't feel like rapping anymore.
Psych on stage is
I was
bananas,
like,
so.
Why did you feel like that? Why did you feel like that?
because I'm a kind of guy, if I don't like the energy of people I'm around, I'm just not with it. So I'll like adapt to other things to fucking feel better. So I can feel like I'm in my zone. And not like I hate being uncomfortable. I get in uncomfortable situations and fucking prove people wrong and get accolades. I do all that. But it's more about like just, I don't know. It's just like I wasn't made to be a superstar rapper. I never had dreams of that. I never even had a plan. I was just like, I could rap better than niggas. That was like the only reason I started rapping. I was like, I could rap better than you. And like that was, you know what I mean? And when I got, awards and shit like that, I was just like, all right, I proved certain guys that I felt told me I could rap. I won an award on them. I'm gonna say who it is. And then I just felt like,
I would
okay,
love to hear
I'm
it.
good. Like I can rap, but I know even a Juno doesn't even validate that because it's not niggas that are really of the culture that fucking give you that. I was just like, I beat you. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can rap. So like I want to do whatever I want to fucking do that makes me happy.
You'll tell us the name behind the scenes?
Yeah. No, one day we're gonna have to have that Rich Kid solo interview and drag that name out.
I want to know who that is. I don't know who that is.
No, eventually,
Behind the scenes, yeah.
eventually. But I feel like the Juno, like, because that's still part of my solo career, production. Because I got a lot of different lives, so I feel like that was the most proudest moment, and I wasn't even there for that. I was in LA. These niggas was there.
Yeah. What about you, Tona?
Shit, I think you know what I'm gonna say, man.
I don't.
Dial tone.
I'm a soldier like I told you before. You might have won the battle. Guess who's winning the fucking war now?
100%.
Oh, fucking down.
And honestly, like, yo,
was
the funny thing is when I see people like till this day, as much as I hate performing that song, like I don't even like revisiting that shit, to be honest, because
What?
it's just that, it's like it's people's only memory, man, of like, me doing dope shit sometimes. And it's like, they only connect to that because they're just like, when they hear music from me nowadays, it's just like, I remember Dial Tone. I'm like, bro, there's been fucking 3 albums since. Like,
200 records since Dial Tone.
I know it's 3, but I get it though, man. Like, you can't dictate how the fans are gonna feel about your shit. So, like, let them have those memories. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to ruin it for them being like, go listen to some other shit. But for me, like, Downtown came at a time where it was a freestyle in Miami. Like I went down with some fucking homies and like we just freestyled for an hour and we were recording it. And then on the way back home, I remember Miami, like my first time there, man, I had no idea how expensive the city was. We were there for like 7 days, bro. By Wednesday, my money was done. And I was like, we weren't ready. So we just fucking spent the whole, like, you know, the rest of the week, like just freestyling, man, like chilling at the hotel and just, figuring out what the next few days are going to look like. On the flight back home, I was listening to the freestyle off a little Diss Man and shit. And I was just like, I heard something I said was like, said it. On the bitch ass niggas gonna let it. And I kept that flow, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, there's a few things I could pull from this freestyle. Listening for an hour of freestyles and I pulled Downtown from that. So it's like, I took it home. You know, the homies, we sat down and like, we were actually helped them produce that record too. I was pulling like phone sounds off of the phone and shit.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, when I actually hit road and like, I was on a little bit of a hiatus myself, man. So when I put that out, the reception was crazy. And then like, I don't know if you remember the Stylist Awards at the time.
Yes.
Because that was the shit. They would start the Stylist Awards. They were just starting to build their notoriety, man. And, Single of the Year I was nominated for. I never actually showed up to any award shows ever, except for that one time with the Junos. But I think Chaos beat me out that day. I think it might have been Natalie Portman, if I'm not mistaken.
Richie took that from you.
But yeah. Fuck. I was like, man, I should have got that. Like, you crazy?
So it was a heavy hit.
But it was it was an amazing.
I didn't even know that.
That shit used to.
That was an amazing year for me, man. Like, just the reception that the city was up away when they heard that song. So, I would definitely say Downtown.
So Adam, I'm gonna play you something before you get to yours.
Oh shit!
You might have yours already.
I don't even
No. It might not. This is not the biggest moment. It's memory.
Okay.
This is Boy Wonder beat?
Yeah, shouts to Boy Wonder.
Riley.
Shouts to Sheik Luke.
Boy Wonder 4 for an interview, my guy.
Hey, calm down.
But this is the original. This is the original. Who do you give this beat to?
Sheik Luke.
Yeah.
You guys better do this stuff.
You have to go back into the DOS computer to find that one.
I know, right?
Good for you, though, man.
I remember that on Project Bounce.
You got the dat.
Friday just Nardwar.
Project Bounce classic.
That's crazy.
That's a Riley's classic.
Listen, y'all spit bars.
Yeah.
We spit questions.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's crazy though. Yeah, that brings me back. I mean, that's kind of the era that I think is from. See, my situation is a little different as far as like breakouts go because I'm a group kind of guy. So I always fit in with the group, and my job was just to try to do the best verse I can for each group I was in. But I think the first couple times where I got that head nod that this guy's a standout. One was a dub. One was like on SARS. I did the What We Do on the Freeway beat. And that's when I first started getting like separate attention. It wasn't just an Empire thing. It was like, Adam from Empire was, doing it. And like, that was kind of it. But then solo wise, I think like Wasted Talent or maybe even Furthermore or Show and Prove. One of those later records that I did. But I like being in the pocket, man. I'm a split star kind of guy. I just like to add that extra little piece. I don't need
You are the farthest thing.
No, I like to be that extra.
What is this guy saying? Yo, dog, there was a comment on one of the videos. There was a comment on one of the videos like, that was like, I used to rap, but I gave it up a long time ago. One of the greatest criminal things in history is Atom Bomb never going mainstream. That guy deserves everything in life.
That's it,
I was just like, what kind of comment is this?
That person's very passionate.
I'm like, this nigga doesn't even think he all that. Like,
I'm a nice piece. I'm a nice piece, but there's no reason for me to be solo, man.
Whatever.
This nigga said he's a nice piece.
I'm a nice piece.
You said,
talked about himself like a thought.
No, but you're used to this humble shit.
No, but it's ill because you add a piece. Like, because if you're nice with it, but you add a piece to other people that are nice with it, and then people are like, this guy's nice, but he's just 1/3 of 3 guys that are nice with it. That's even better to me.
Bro, I don't want to interrupt you, fam.
No, you never.
You don't know how your fucking fan base acts, bro.
Yeah, but
they're on some psycho shit. Like Adam is this. like he's giving me reason for living.
I deal with some of them, man. They're kind of loose, but I appreciate it. But I don't know where they get it from. But I appreciate it. It's dope. But like, come to the show and you see that the people I'm rolling with are as good, if not better, guys. So yeah, that's what it is. Okay. I like it, man. But yo, respect still.
Yeah, if this guy ever decided to swerve in a certain lane, it'd just be over. Man.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to who Canada Sucks was about eventually.
Oh, shit. We never covered this in the other 2 interviews we did.
Ricky don't forget shit.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. Okay, Jessie Reyez, is she on this new project or what?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a good question.
She's a friend. She's a friend of the
close friend. Got a nice
friend of the group.
Friends of friends, right? Yeah,
a friend of the group. You know,
she was around when we was recording for sure. She put the vibe out when we were in the studio. But
so Camille 1-2 ad-libs.
That's more than an ad-lib.
She helps contribute to a 1-2 ad-lib.
And she likes Jameson. She sips with the boys, so I give her credit for that. Still,
no, man. Shout out to Jessie.
She soldiered like a few sessions with us, man. Like, just kind of sat there in the corner playing guitar, like while we were writing and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she made sure her presence was felt in that session. So, I mean, yeah, shout out to her, man.
And is that from like the remix connection?
Yeah, like, you know, I known her from the remix days, and you know, just going OT and performing in different places. You know, she's a good homie, and you know, a friend of the fam. You know, I know the mom and the dad. Like, you know. Seen the rise, so yeah, she's always been kind of supportive. But you know, the shit that we did with her was, you know, it was probably around the time that, you know, Kiddo was starting to go, and it was just like working on some homie shit. So you know, a lot of these tracks are a mix of new shit and a mix of like stuff that, you know, we had kind of like laying in the vault, and we needed to put it out there. So. You know, we'll let the audience decipher which one is which. You know, so I'm not gonna say, but
I'm gonna take that as a possibly.
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing.
High possibility.
You know what I'm saying? High possibility.
I heard a 1-2 ad-libs, so you know, 1-2 ad-libs.
You know, I like the moonwalk around question.
Hey. Okay, well, let's get into social media then, because social media is we're all at this age and that we've watched social media become the thing. Right. So how do y'all feel about the way that social media has changed things, and how do y'all have adjusted? What's your approach to it now? Because like,
you know,
I don't see y'all having a whole bunch of ops and fucking getting on fucking live saying, yo, fuck my ops and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because we're grown men.
That's the difference too.
Yeah. I think that's the, you know, that's the difference. Like, and beyond that, we're not, you know, at least I'll speak for myself. I'm not a gangster. I'm not.
Same.
You know, I've been in the street. You know, I made money out the street, but I'm not. I wouldn't classify myself at this point as a street nigga. I'm a family nigga. I'm a community man. I make money in a lot of different ways, you know, that I won't tell the world. But you know, it's just like we don't come with that energy where it's about politics of this neighborhood and that neighborhood or whatever. You know, we just talking about real life shit through rap. Yeah. So, you know, I think it's a thing where a lot of the young niggas feel like they have to talk a lot about the politics, or they got to beef with certain niggas because it's the thing that's attracting a lot of attention. People love drama, right? So it's a kind of drama in the city like that's similar to Chicago, like just young niggas beefing and actually talking about killing their enemies or smoking them in a blunt. And
it's also the era too. Like I'm like Richie said, we older guys, so like that started after we were already out. So I treat it almost like putting a poster up in the street. So I'll post online, I'll do it, I'll play the game, but that's not what I wake up and live for because I didn't grow up in it. If I was like 4 or 5 years younger, even 10 years younger, it might be more of my life, but it's not. Like I add it to my world, but it's not my whole world. So
I think I would have a different outlook too if I was like completely monetizing off of the social media channels I have. You know what I'm saying? The ones I do have, like, it's not anything to sustain. So I gotta actually focus on the shit that brings in the dollars. But at the same time, like, my whole philosophy is always like learning to meet people halfway. You know what I'm saying? I won't go all the way with you and live and, you know, like wild out and shit. But like Paul Pierce it, But
We gonna get to him, don't worry.
you feel me?
I love that,
That's it's a little bit much, bro. But like, yo, like I'll definitely meet you halfway as far as letting you in, like as far as showing you what my life is like and where I'm at and what I'm doing, like, you know what I'm saying? So kind of a borderline, man, just right here.
Yeah. But mainly to your question about social media, I think it's like we still came up in an era where technology, like we seen the change, right? So it's like it's nothing necessarily that it's hard to adapt to. It's really just understanding what the new platforms are, right? As you get older, it's like, yeah, you're gonna not be as up on certain platforms, but you kind of are if you're checking for them, right? Like, you know what I mean? I knew about Musically turning to TikTok already. Like, I always told my nieces, yo, put me on. Let me know what's popping, right? Like, so I already knew what was going on and what people were. It's just, is that the space you can promote your music through? Are there enough of your demographic that's on that? Now TikTok is multi-age, right? Like everybody. It's everybody on it. So, you know, any kind of genre could promote their music through it, and there's licensing through it now. Like, you're actually getting some paper through it, so it makes sense. But I think earlier on in the game, if you didn't have like that catchy pop single, it didn't make sense to exist in that platform. So it's just understanding what platforms are for you. And, you know, like for me, Instagram's my shit. I talk my shit on it, you know, post funny shit and then post music. You know, I post life shit, go back and forth, you know.
I'm more of a Twitter guy. I like Twitter. Twitter's just my space. Just talk trash, and I got like 6 photos in my phone, so I just talk trash online.
I see you getting your tweets off.
We need a petition to get my Twitter back. It got hacked back in
that's right,
in 2019. Like, it was the day I went to like a Jessie Reyez Jameson shoot, and it's like right before I was leaving, and shit got hacked. What the fuck?
And it's still
and it was like some Arabic nigga, and like he was like posting some Arabic shit, and then the last message they wrote. And it still exists today on it. It's like, rich kid is a bitch. I'ma cap him in his knees.
Wow.
What?
That's the last, man. That's the last message. Go to my Twitter shit. Go to my Twitter. Go to my Twitter. It's the last message.
You gotta pin that. So it's
and then there was a couple people that like that. I'm like, who would like that?
Yo, NFT that shit.
I'm like, yo, why you liking that shit?
Yo, NFT that shit.
I was like, yo, I seen who liked that shit. I was like, yo, I'm gonna punch you in your face.
NFT that shit.
I'm like literally on Twitter right now trying to find
Yo,
go check it right now.
Yo, whoever like that, you know where they stand in your life, bro. Straight.
Yo, get a kneecap you making some fucking
that's
noise.
crazy. Yo, they probably thought it was me.
Yo, whoever liked that was a real hater, bro.
I don't even know how it happened, but like, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna find it later. For post.
Twitter don't want to give me my shit back, so I would never went on Twitter since. Like, you know, I was kind of reckless on it.
Yo, free Rich's Twitter, man.
Free my Twitter, bro.
Yo, question. Sorry, is there any artists, younger artists in the city that you guys would want to work with, or that you guys are looking at and you see like a lot of potential in? And do artists reach out to you guys? I guess more the YouTube, because I guess artists would reach out to Rich because you're a producer, no?
Yeah.
So
Rich, you got
so
the
two-part
whole roster
question.
of them, man. Yeah.
I don't know. For me, there's a couple guys like that I just hollered at and that I've been working with, and this kid, Young Boy Problem. From
alumni
from Bleecker.
Yeah, he's been on the show.
Yeah, dope
good
kid.
guy.
Dope kid, you know what I mean? I love niggas that are like from the hood that serve their community and try to do positive shit. So,
super
doing a lot of positive shit over there.
I fuck with the kid heavy. This dude Freight Runner.
Salute to him too.
Yeah, so I seen him on like a Keep 6 Solid. I was just like, yo, this guy's dope.
Freight Runner 5. Yeah.
And we just.
Freight Runner. He's from Malton, I think.
Yeah.
Salute to MA.
So yeah. So you know, so we exchanged,
like making waves,
see what we could do, you know, and I don't know. I've been more in the space of like just R&B singers right now. Like I've been in the R&B wave. You know, I've always been rappers, and I want to fuck with a lot of new young rappers, but. Just want to fuck with these R&B singers. I want to get in my R&B bag.
Okay,
man, get in my baby face bag.
Hey, listen,
yo. As far as young artists, man, like there's been a few of them that have literally tapped in to not only the shit I've been doing now, but like the shit I've done with Freedom Writers and shit, and then you know, youths like Young Boy Problem from Rose Avenue, like from the Bleecker Avenue and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even him, he's implanted in his community in a different way, man. So, you know, we just kind of cross paths on that end. And then I used to actually Rich used to do the program before me over at Urban Arts and shit. So when I took over that as the coordinator for the fucking Beats My Movement program, I was like, yo, mentoring a lot of like young songwriters / producers / R&B singers as well, man. So they just stuck with me like the whole time. I think this was like 4 years ago. We just been following each other since, and I've been watching their progression, like them start to come into their own and shit. So as they start to come into their own, and like anything they reach out to me for, like I absolutely artist development. Like that doesn't even exist now. But I actually take my time to make sure I listen to their songs. And if they send me something, I'll critique it and break it down and be like, yo, this is what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
So only the ones that actually reach out, which has been like, yo, Frost, like this cat Serial guy that's underneath Claremont II and shit.
Oh, salute.
So the ones that do reach out, like I absolutely take the time to be like, yo, I'll show love, whatever you doing, like send it to me. I'll post that shit.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? On any front, man. You need a verse, it doesn't even matter whatever it is, man. Because, yo, I help, like, in any way possible. I remember the days where I was just fiending for, like, somebody just to give me a look. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even necessarily mean, like, my platform is the biggest look, but it's open for you, like, if you need it. You feel me?
Yeah,
So that's where I've been with it, man.
No, fuck with it, man. And how about you, Adam?
I mean, I'm kind of out of touch, but I went on a little out of Ontario tour with my man Kid Daniels from out of Saga. He's a little younger, but not that younger. But yeah, man, he's on the come up. Him and his boy City, and I fuck with their music, man. They're dope. But yeah, I'm kind of out of touch with the cats on the come up. But yeah, holler at me. I'm always around.
Well, there's a two-parter I'm gonna ask you on that.
Oh shit.
Because you know, as like the lyricist, like you're all lyricists, right? But like, have you ever had people who hit you up and say, yo, I've been inspired by you? Any of y'all even?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I've listened to you. I've been listening to you for a minute, and I started rapping because
it's crazy. Yeah, I get those messages. I'm like, you serious? Am I that old? Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, like, yeah, I get those inbox messages, and people's like, yo, I grew up on you, or my older brother grew up on you, kind of stuff. I'm just like, damn, I've been around too long then. But yeah, I get those, and I mean, it's humbling, it's dope. And then, but what's crazy is that sometimes they'll be like, yo, I listened to you growing up, and you were the only guy I listened to, and then I'll go and check their music, and I'm like, yo, you're terrible, bro. It's like, I gave you nothing. After all those years,
you got nothing from me.
Nothing, but I mean,
all that time you listened.
Yeah, it's like, what were you listening to? Was it backwards? But yeah, I don't know. That's cool though. Good for them. I like the younger generation, man. As long as cats are coming up with some stuff that makes me say, yo, I wish I came up with that. You're doing some dope stuff. That's it. Don't gotta be crazy lyrical. Don't gotta be crazy anything. As long as it's something that makes me say, that's dope. I wish I did that. That's all it is. You know what I mean? That's dope to me.
Yeah. So even with that, like, what do y'all love about the game, and what's one thing that y'all hate about the shit?
Talking about in general, or
just like in general, like in this rap game, the way it's become, and like even more specifically our city.
So game including business, like game, like the whole thing.
Yeah,
you know, I don't like the game.
Explain.
I don't like games like that. I don't play game. I don't play games really. Like if I do, I do it for some. Well, I don't know. Is there really a rap game? Is there really a game, a game for rap? Is there a business for rap?
There's not only one machine anymore. I don't know. Everyone has their own machine.
This is true. This is true.
Right. So, I still don't like it. But at the same time, it's like you play it regardless. You don't have to like a game to play it. You know what I mean? I love the art. I love the essence of why we do it. Like
that's it.
The creativeness of why we do it. Like that's what I love about it. I don't really love the business of it, but you can navigate it, you can understand it, and you can learn how to manipulate certain things and make it go your way. But you don't have to fucking love it. I hate the business. I hate certain people. I hate having to have relationships with certain people that I would never have relationships with you otherwise. But we got to get this money. So you know what I mean? But I love making new relationships. If anything, that's the benefit of it. It leads you to new people and new places, and you know that you can't ever take that away from what the rap business can provide for you. But you know, you have to find intricate ways to really make that money for it to do that for you, you know?
The happy medium, as the saying's been going for this conversation here.
Yeah.
How about you, Tono?
Well, shit, man. For me, like, I used to look at this like, this is the one medium where I wanted it to be treated like a little bit of a fucking meritocracy where niggas is like judged on their ability. You know what I'm saying? Same. It's the same in basketball where it's like, yo, the dope players. Usually when you look at that fucking NBA app, like you see when they show highlights, which ball players are actually trying to push. They'll show mad highlights of Kyrie Irving, but they might have lost the fucking game to like Indiana or whatever. You can tell they want to make sure that Kyrie Irving is the fucking star and he's always in your face. Like, as dope as he is, if there's a team kicking ass, like, and you actually lose that game, you want to be show that, yo, like some of these teams and rappers and singers are judged on their actual ability. What's worse is like fucking, you know, trying to interview for some job that like you've been applying for years, and then the boss's fucking nephew, whatever, comes in and it's like, yo, trumps all the degrees you've ever earned in college or university. Just, you know what it is. This fucking walks in. You walks in and it's like, yo, that's
so I'm coming to work today.
Yo.
That's it.
So yeah, it's like, you know, you hate to see that shit, but like it's kind of what it's been, man, and it's kind of what it's always been. As far as like turning hip hop to rap and making it a business. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer what we expected it to be, man. So it's like, it's not about how dope your fucking bars are. It's not about how good you are as an artist. It's more about the politics, man. Who the fuck you know, and who you have to sit down with and have dinner with. And yeah, I'm just like Rich. I'm not into that kiss ass shit either, man. Like, yo, there's some certain people that wouldn't even be in the same vicinity of me. And they were never in their life outside that I have to like have conversations with, you know? And it's like, man, we have to play that game. But eventually, like, you know, hopefully it'll cycle back to what our artistry matters, man. But in the most sense.
What about you, Bomb? One thing you love and hate.
No, it's crazy. Like, we're three kind of different guys, but that's one thing I think we all are the same. Like, when it comes to show business, I love the show. I love the culture. I hate the business. Like, I hate it. I hate the industry. I hate shaking hands. I hate being out when it comes to people that I don't care about. If it's my people, I'll be there.
Sunlight.
I sleep until
come out to perform.
But when it comes to my people, I'll go all to
come
the
out
depths
to perform
for it.
at night. That's it.
Yeah, but I care not for any of the industry bullshit. But at that being said, I love the culture so much that I'll put up with it. So I love the innovation of the culture. I love the fact that, I mean, not to get all super crazy old and nothing, but you're not gonna out rap cats that we came up listening to. You're not gonna out rap Pun. You're not gonna out rap Cool G Rap. So you got to come into a new direction. So I respect how every generation comes up with new ways to still come up with new fresh stuff, because you're not going to top it anymore. You know what I mean? In certain fields. So come up with new levels. So, you know, for that, I respect and I love the culture in that sense, but I absolutely hate the business and the industry and just the handshaking and the fake friendship, man. I just like to make music with people that like to get drunk, and you know, and for people who like to get drunk. So that's it.
But I can't lie. The businesses put money in my pocket.
Sure,
absolutely. Like making money off doing what I love, shows,
which is why I play the
royalties.
game.
You know what I mean? They've kept money in my pocket, so I've never had to like really work a job. Like, you know, even what I do with Remix, I don't really consider that a job. I'm a public servant to like the community. I feel like I'm just doing my part, you know, just with a salary.
So cycling back to what we were talking about in regards to integrating like the social media shit is like as far as Canadian media and publications, like that shit is, you know, as it's fucking cutting edge as a plastic spoon, man. Like, there's just nothing to it. And that's why I love this platform, man. It's the fact that like it's as raw and authentic as it possibly gets. And you have the platform to actually do it because of social media. You couldn't do that on mainstream, like quote unquote radio. Like,
you have to wait for your opportunity.
So, man. It's like, yo,
they wouldn't be letting us smoke
we
like fucking 30 blunts and fucking do what the fuck we do.
Come on, bro.
I respect anybody who gets a chance to make their own platform. So that is the good thing about how time evolves. Like, you know, there's more platforms you can make for yourselves. But
facts.
And it's always been that way. But now, like for some reason, people are forced to embrace it now. You know what I mean? Their independence and shit.
Yeah,
yo,
I like
now
seeing the
I'm
industry
gonna
twist
dictate
their
when I
arms.
drop
Their arms are
records.
twisted to force to whatever the people say is dope, which I kind of like. That actually, more than anything, that's what I like. There's no gatekeepers anymore. The people actually say what. I mean, there is still people that can kind of push things, and labels can pay more money for streams and yeah. But if something catches fire, it catches fire just like, because it that's what the world says.
Just to kind of like, sorry to interrupt, Rich, but fucking. Even what you built, like everybody in this room, like, you know, the We Love Hip Hop podcast, would you take this and they dropped you a number? Are you willing to sign this over to like Spotify and fucking Apple and shit? Like, based on what you put, like, you know what I mean? Like, you built this from the grassroots level, man.
Where I look at it,
sticks and stones, like,
it's all about, it's all about what you negotiate. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, you know, and I tell artists all the time, or like we were just even speaking before y'all, about Doovie, right?
Right.
Like, it's not about don't sign, just sign on the terms that make you comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the only way that you can do that is by building enough leverage so that you're coming in on your own terms. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
So if there was a bag on our own terms, then shit, let's get rich.
Because you know you guys are the brand. It's not necessarily the name. It's the face.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all, and you know, not to fucking get too industry-y, right? But it's all about fucking IP, right? Like, do you own your fucking intellectual property at the end of the day?
Absolutely, man.
Right?
But that's what I do like about the new era more than anything. They own their own, or they have the opportunity to make their own leverage. So,
but like, I still see niggas signing like some deals, and like it's like not really. They're doing the same thing niggas did back in the day. Like, it's just with niggas with less money, and less with less ways to really put them out. Which is like, you know, everybody has one kind of resource and way to put shit out. You get a distributor and you put your shit out through whatever platform, and that's how it goes. But these niggas is signing deals for that shit, and you know, he's signing pretty much their life away.
I actually love that. Like, a lot of these labels got weeded out that way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? A lot of the personnel that used to sit up in those offices and weren't really doing shit with their position, they got the fuck weeded out. Like, yo, they're like hanging on to their fucking jobs right now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They've had the opportunity to be impactful, like, in their areas, and they didn't, man. And now we're at a point where it's like,
they
don't even fucking need you. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Could make a bag on our own.
Love that shit.
Music's always going to evolve, and whether you work with it, it's going to work around you if you don't work for it or work with it. So
that's the one thing I fucking love, man. Like,
what Richie's saying is true too, though, man. I see people making whack deals, but it's because they have the mentality that, okay, if I sign this for 10,000 or 5,000 or whatever it is for this deal, that just means this is the start. The next deal I'm going to sign is going to be 20,000. But you just signed your 5,000, 10,000 deal. That's your deal now. You just screwed yourself for the next 5. You just put your value at 5,000 to 10,000. So I mean, business can always be talked to, and like, you just have to make sure that what you bring to the table has value and that you know your value. Because if someone's hollering at you, that means you bring something to the table. So just know what your worth is. And that's my speech for today.
That's Jordan.
Welcome to my TED.
As I grab my drink.
Thank you for attending.
Before I move on with any questions, you guys are good for another couple questions on the cams?
No, we're good.
Sick.
Yeah, we're good for 2 more questions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're good.
You're good? You're good. Okay. Because, I was like, reading, Guttzy sending me some texts, getting me paranoid. Okay. And I feel like this is a recurring question that we've been asking on the pod lately. Do you think it's more dangerous to be a rapper these days, especially when you're watching some of these younger bucks that are coming up in the game, than like just a regular street motherfucker?
I mean, yeah, only because you got to put your business, if you're looking to get as successful as possible, you're looking to put your business up front as possible. But if you move smart, you'll be absolutely fine. It's just what you're presenting to the world. And if you're going to be a rapper that presents the crazy life, just be prepared that you're putting a crazy life on a big scale that anybody can find you at any time. So, you know what I mean? The opportunity to be more dangerous is definitely there. Like, someone could find you at the drop of a hat nowadays, just off of just the opportunity of what's on a phone. Or
you got to do live shows and shit.
So just be careful with how you move online, because it's not just your ops watching. There's also cops watching. There's everybody watching. So you're getting hit from all directions. You know what I mean? It's not just about your girl finding your phone these days.
Like that's the thing. To me, it's you got to put an asterisk on it. It's like it's dangerous to be a street rapper that calls out other rappers. Like, because let's say if you're just a rapper, like a nigga like Chance the Rapper, like nobody.
I love my wife.
Ain't nobody bothering you. Like if you're a celebrity rapper, somebody might rob you, but that's because you're a celebrity. It's not really, because if you're just a regular rapper that nobody likes, that gets no hits and nobody cares about, nobody's trying to rob you because you don't have any money. Nobody's trying to kill you. You're probably the safest person. You know what I mean? The nigga that's working construction down the street is working the most dangerous job, not you. Like, so, you got to put an asterisk on it. Specific rappers that do specific things are the ones that are going to die. You know what I mean? Because they're talking death. You know what I mean? That's just a reality of it.
Those certain people will just try you for clout, though, man. Like, the fact that you do have the fucking 4 or 5 chains on and a nigga just come through and yap it and be like, back on Instagram flossing it. Like, so I mean, like, you're obviously, when you're in the public eye, period, whether you're a celebrity, rapper, whatever it is, like, you're targeted by so many different angles you might not even see coming.
Yeah.
You might just be around the corner like, let's come have a drink. Just for clout, like, you know what I'm saying? With somebody filming it, like.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
that's crazy. That did happen to me. So I did fight a nigga just, he's like, are you rich kid? I'm like, yeah. He's just like, I'll stab you. And I was like, what'd you say, bitch?
What?
Someone's like, calm your mouth. I'm like, fuck you. Boom. Someone hit me from the side. Then I'm like fighting 5 niggas. My niggas jump in, it was a big scrap. It was like after the awards.
What?
It was after the awards.
This is the MMVAs, man.
So yeah. And I'm a rapper that don't bother nobody. So I guess it is dangerous for me.
Imagine if you a guy out there.
But I am an ignorant nigga too. Like that's I'm a specific type of peaceful rapper. Like I am ignorant as well. Like I throw down, I fight niggas. So
wait a minute, is this an exclusive right here?
No, it's happened.
No. I've never heard this story publicly.
It's exclusive for you. I seen it on someone's gram. It was like they posted on the next day. They fight like 5 niggas that had like under headlock, but like there was like 5 niggas around.
Bomba Club.
I was just like, damn, bro. Like
You know what I'm saying, bro?
You know how it goes, man.
Niggas be moving like that, man. As far as like, just trying to fucking get whatever clout they think they're gonna get off some bullshit like that. But you don't even know, bro. Like,
you put my head on extra silver now.
Small. Everybody crosses paths eventually, man.
Fuck that, yo. I'm gonna get shanked in these streets, you motherfuckers. I'm just joking. Okay, what y'all got coming up next, man?
The album, the projects, we're just gonna keep releasing great music back to back all year long. This year and next year, just gonna put out we have tons of stuff in the vault. So it's just about releasing it in an order that we feel and putting out good content with it. So you're gonna get a lot of MBS stuff for the next, I'd say, 15 months. Videos. They're gonna be videos for almost all the release. Almost all the releases.
Yeah, and honestly, we're doing, like, I don't give a fuck what Ford Nation said recently. We're doing the live, like, album stream when it's done. Like, we're going to be performing these songs, like, we're doing it.
That's why we're stretching it out too, man.
I had to lick a shot for you in there.
No, we're doing it.
Yeah, we're going to stretch this out so that when this drops, it's dropping with people in the crowd. Because I'm not doing no album release with people streaming online. You know what I mean?
No,
I need that vibe of people in the crowd.
We're doing it.
That's not the same.
No Instagram live shows.
Not even.
I know how you guys perform live.
Not even
shows where you guys perform live. So
I mean, it's cool.
Versus seeing it on the like screen, like in a Zoom or some stupid shit. Nah, it's not gonna work.
It's not the same.
No, we're
doing
doing
it.
It's
not
doing
the same. Man, it's a fuck Ford Nation. We're doing it.
Because it's crazy. Like,
another shot.
Whether you voted left or right, like whether you voted conservative or liberal, man, like where fucking conservatives are about the big businesses or liberals are about the fucking people, but end up spending the people's money. It's like, you damned if you do, for real, man. Like,
damned if you don't.
Niggas will just start making some speakeasies. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, like some underground kind of thing, just
That's what's gonna happen.
performance circuit, man.
If that's what it
So, I
takes,
mean,
that's
like,
what it
Make our own
takes.
little chitlin circuit.
Yo, we're basically back in the bootleg era.
Yo, let's get it,
Absolutely.
bro.
Yeah.
Let's
And what's
I'm
crazy
sucking
is
that.
that's
I'm
the
sucking-
20s.
I'm
That's
sucking
the
Thompson,
Like
right?
1920s,
I'm Nucky Thompson,
2020s.
let's get it.
Right?
It's crazy.
So-
100 years
so-
later, we're doing speakeasies. It's crazy.
Right?
That's
Oh,
where we're
man.
at right now, man. Like, for real.
Oh man. Naturally born strangers in the motherfucking building.
Fucking Friday. Right, like, yo, let me ask you a question. How does it feel to be like a horn dog celebrity? Like,
Oh,
no.
Where's the horn? Where's the horns?
You gotta hit stop on that shit.
Where's the horns?
But you're embracing it though. You're embracing it
Oh, well, I guess the horn dog
The
part.
man
like,
said the horn
Horn
dog
dog
celebrity.
because they're painting you as a horny guy,
listen,
H
like the horniest guy.
H over
Yo,
here.
B,
Double
like,
H.
I'm here for the
H.
audience. I love to
Triple H.
entertain. If people want to, can throw some nicknames on me, I'm fine with it. Fuck it.
It's not worse to be
You know what I'm
horny.
saying? Like,
He's got broad shoulders, is what he's saying.
yeah,
So you can handle
yeah,
it.
I work out.
Of course.
Yeah, I worked out.
Of course, man.
You know what I'm saying? And on
course,
top of that, like, yo, all that in my head means that these niggas is like, this nigga's getting way too many bitches.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So I'm gonna have to hug it then. Sorry.
That's a Ghana. That's a Ghana man.
It's like
That is a Ghana man right there.
it's like I have worse problems.
It's just different. Like,
You
you
know
just
what I'm
move
saying?
different.
Trust me.
Facts.